The Supreme Court's recent review in CREDAI versus Vanashakti represents a major shift in India's environmental jurisprudence, raising concerns about the weakening of regulatory safeguards. On the 18th of November 2025, the court, by a 2-1 majority, recalled its own landmark May 2025 judgment that had declared ex post facto environmental clearances, ECs, illegal. The earlier ruling, celebrated for upholding the principle of prior scrutiny in environmental governance, had struck down the 2017 and 2021 government notifications that allowed projects violating environmental norms to obtain retrospective ECs. However, the review judgment now argues that denying such clearances could force authorities to halt or dismantle completed projects, framing violations themselves as a justification for leniency. Justice Ujjal Bhuyan's strong dissent highlights this circular logic, stating that the majority's reasoning undermines decades of well-established environmental principles. For nearly 50 years, the Supreme Court has articulated a powerful vision of environmental protection, rooting it in Article 21's guarantee or the right to life. Through doctrines such as the precautionary principle, intergenerational equity, and sustainable development, the court has built a robust framework that emphasizes preventing harm rather than legitimizing post facto violations. Justice S. Oka's original judgment reflected this legacy, arguing that prior ECs are not procedural formalities, but essential safeguards requiring scientific studies, public hearings, and expert appraisal. Thus, processes ensure that irreversible ecological harm is not overlooked in the rush for economic development. The earlier ruling also relied on precedents such as Common Cause versus Union or India 2017, which held retrospective clearances to be detrimental and unacceptable. Moreover, the Union government had previously assured the Madras High Court that the 2017 notification was a one-time relaxation, an assurance later contradicted by the broader 2021 Standard Operating Procedure. The review judgment disregards this history, narrowing its focus to the inconvenience faced by violators rather than the larger principles at stake. The implications are troubling. The EI process risks becoming symbolic, compliance becomes optional, and violators may feel emboldened to begin projects without permissions, expecting eventual regularization. At a time of escalating climate challenges and fragile ecosystems, weakening accountability mechanisms sends the wrong signal. The court will now rehear the matter, but what is truly at stake is not just the validity or two notifications, it is the credibility of India's environmental rule of law.